You read the title, and it's true, and that's why it's really weird that it seems like nobody is talking about this game and the fact that it's probably coming very soon. And frankly, you've all disappointed me. I mean, you haven't disappointed me. You're the best. I like you a lot. Like a whole lot. You're awesome. I mean, people are talking about it. I've seen a lot of YouTubers talking about it because, you know, they report on the news around the series and stuff, but I've seen very few actual normal fans of the series talking about this upcoming game. And I think, you know, maybe that makes sense. After all, it's coming right off the heels of the biggest game in the series, Security Breach, so obviously that's going to have drawn more people to it than this game. And also, it's just going to be a much more simple game, and it's going to be a remake of a game we've already seen before, so it makes sense why maybe FNAF Plus isn't drumming up as much hype as I expected. But I think it should be. I think you should be caring more about this game than you maybe are, and here's why. I'm going to go through all the reasons. First thing I noticed, this game seems like it's going to have much better character design than even the original FNAF did. See, the thing that made the original Five Nights at Freddy's really scary, I think, was the subtle creepiness it had, and I've talked about this a lot in the past. It had these designs to the characters that were creepy, but not in a way that you could really point at. Maybe it's like the sunken eyes that they've got, maybe it's the sort of uncanny animal-like designs that aren't quite like animals, but you can kind of see the resemblance, and they move all robotic-like and not human. Whatever it was, it worked really well, and it's something that I feel like we've slowly lost over time. Like, look at Security Breach's character designs. These are nowhere near close, and obviously Security Breach doesn't seem like it's really supposed to be that scary of a game. The scariest thing in it is probably, this design, which, you know, even then, does not come close to what we've got in FNAF Plus. The game isn't even out, but these designs are chilling. They are way better than even what the first FNAF had, and what made that game so great. And, since it seems like the game is almost finished, we've gotten some gameplay. And it looks like the gameplay is even going to be more intricate than the first FNAF. See, the first FNAF had solid gameplay that was, you know, engaging, and it was exciting. Maybe it wasn't the most broad in scope, you know, you weren't able to go through the whole pizzeria and explore everything. You were confined to one room, kind of staring at a few things, but that was very well done in a sort of tight mix that worked really well. Security Breach tries to do a lot of things, and a lot of its mechanics just end up not really being used to their full potential. You look at the cameras, and they aren't really that helpful. You look at the Phaser Blaster, it's overpowered, but FNAF Plus is going back to that main FNAF 1 formula, but it's not just copying it, it's redoing it in a way that seems to be adding more to it as well. You look at the fact that you can have more control over the cameras and where you're looking in the cameras. And you look at the office, you can see some things that we haven't seen before, so clearly there's going to be some stuff here that's new and hopefully exciting and actually, you know, enriches the gameplay that the first game had, which I think a lot of people would argue was the best gameplay we've gotten in the series. I'd almost argue Sister Location was better, but Sister Location was also just kind of, it felt also sort of like a bunch of minigames stitched together in a way, so I think this is going to be even better than that. I mean, the next amazing thing that this game offers is it's not even out yet, but it's already got some amazing, like, teasers and short films even behind it. Like, it's gotten full-fledged VHS tape sort of found footage things, analog horror, whatever you want to call it. There's been so much effort even just put into the teasers of this thing. I can't imagine how cool the game is going to look. And these teasers are some of the best analog horror we've gotten from this series. Like, this is terrifying. Why? I don't like this, but I also really like it. Bonnie looks like he's a meth addict, something that I would not know because I don't know what meth is or looks like or is like or I don't know anything about that, but he looks like one, doesn't he? I mean, I don't want to hate on Security Breach too much. I think we can all agree it was a great game other than this and this and this and this and a bunch of other things. Great game, but the character designs were not scary. The other cool thing is, look at the story we might be getting here. We don't know much about it yet, but it could be different than what we've gotten in the past, and it might not be exactly the same as the original FNAF story. Now, the creator of this, Phisnom, has done some interviews, answered some questions. He may have talked about the story in the past. I can't quite remember what he said, but I believe he mentioned the story is going to take some differences from the original FNAF story. I can't quite... I'll try and put it up on screen if I can find it. I remember he said something about it being different, but we don't know how yet. But just looking at the designs we've gotten for the rooms in the pizzeria so far, and you'll notice that's the puppet on the wall. That's interesting. That's a very interesting detail. If that's the puppet's mask on the wall, it means the puppet is probably out of commission right now. That has a whole slew of meanings behind it. If the puppet's not around, well, what does that mean for the rest of the characters? What does that mean for the future of this sort of alternate universe we're getting? We can see a Balloon Boy here. There's plenty of other little references to other things. We can see Helpy, even though that doesn't quite make sense. So those could just be little Easter eggs and references, or they could hint at a different story being told here. I mean, going back to the puppet, I don't even think the puppet is probably out of commission, because you look at like the teasers we've gotten, and the puppet has been actually a fairly prominent figure in it. Even if in the game it seems like it's just going to be a mask on the wall, the teasers are hinting at something more. The puppet might even be in this game. I don't know how, if the mask's on the wall, but if that's the case, we have a lot more to talk about. I mean, even if the story isn't that much different, it's a story that is more in line with the original FNAF and probably scarier than Security Breach's story. I mean, the game in general just seems scarier than a lot of the games we've gotten in this series. And the wonderful thing is, it doesn't have to be bogged down by past characters like I feel like the franchise has been lately. You look at Security Breach again, I am picking on it a lot, and it's so bogged down by, oh, here's William Afton, we have to bring him back, here's Vanessa, she's sort of connected to him, we could have Michael Afton here, here's his room that he was in, Henry, we should probably mention Henry at some point, and it's bogged down by all these past characters. FNAF Plus doesn't have to do that. FNAF Plus can start anew. It's obviously taking elements from other games, but it can do something new with them, and it doesn't have to be bogged down by this, almost a decade full of lore that we've gotten so far. It doesn't have to be concerned about the Bite of 83 and the Bite of 87 and Sister Location and Help Wanted and viruses and all the strange things that have happened in this series' lore. It can start fresh, and it seems like it's trying to. Maybe some characters are coming from other games, and maybe it's reusing some characters, but the story in general seems like it's going to be something fresh. The other thing is, and this is less important, but it's something that I personally like, it feels so much like Scott is developing these games again. Remember Scott, that guy? He was a small part of the series for a while. It feels sort of like his development style is back. We're getting tons of teasers. It's really fun. When I hate to go back to Security Breach at this point. When Help Wanted and Security Breach were being developed, we got very little news about those games. A little bit with Help Wanted, even less with Security Breach. It was at times where we felt like we were completely in the dark about what was going on in development, and we were just asking for any news, and Steel Wool seemed to think that meant we were wanting the game to come out sooner, which we weren't. We just wanted news on it, and so, we got very little news, but we also got the game early when it was not done, and that was a whole thing. But with Phisnom, he's keeping us updated. He's giving us teasers quite frequently, and full trailers, and again, full VHS tapes, and it feels like Scott's developing again, because Scott would do the same thing. He was constantly keeping us up to date on what's going on. There were times where he would go dark, and then everyone would freak out, but for the most part, that didn't happen. We got tons of teasers, tons of cool trailers and stuff, and he was online talking to the fan base like Phisnom has been. He felt much more connected to the community, and I think that's how Phisnom feels too. Plus, Scott had those really fun troll games he made. Before he would release a game, he would often release a troll game that we thought was the full game, or even just a demo of it, when it wasn't, and those were really fun and funny and frustrating, but it was great. And Phisnom has recently just done a similar thing where he released a fake demo for FNAF Plus that's actually just a complete and useless stupid troll, and it's great. I love it. This is awesome.
Do you think it's a troll? I still think it's a troll, man. I still think it's a troll. Okay, you ready, guys? I'm gonna check. Okay, here we go. New game. So just stare at it and cry.
I want to see more of that, even if it's not, if it doesn't have to do with the game itself. Just things like that are what make this community so much more fun to be a part of. And of course, this kind of maybe is obvious, but you look at FNAF Plus, you look at, there's plenty of other FNAF games that I think could use a remake in this same style. 10 times more creepier, more advanced gameplay, a lot more going on. And I think there could be the potential for a sequel here. I think it'd be weird. I don't think we're necessarily going to get that. I think the second we get a couple games that are remade, then it feels like, well, people are going to stop buying the originals as much. I don't think Scott's too concerned about that if it's just the first game. But if we start getting, FNAF 2 Plus and FNAF 3 Plus, that could start to really sap the sales of the original games. I don't think Scott wants that, so I don't think we're going to get that. But the potential is there for, further development in this sort of alternate universe. It could even branch off entirely different. If we got a FNAF 2 Plus, it might not look like FNAF 2 at all. It might look like an entirely new game, and that I think I'd be even more excited for. This is honestly just my thoughts, but it's such an interesting project, and this isn't really something that happens too often for any sort of game franchise, and so it's weird that nobody is talking about it. Just the big YouTubers, that's basically all I've seen, are sort of briefly talking about it. Dawko I've seen talk about it. FNAF has talked about it, I believe, briefly. But I look at just the regular fans, and it doesn't seem to be really mentioning it that much. And I know people are going to buy it and play it. I think they're going to do that just as much as they would with any other FNAF game. But man, I need someone to talk to. I'm going mad talking about all this stuff to myself, talking about it to a camera. I mean, look at this. Does this look some? Do I look like someone sane right now? Do I look like I'm not crazy at the moment? I'm going mad. Sorry, I didn't mean to completely lose my mind there. If you want to see more videos, click on the one right here. I think you'll like it. It's pretty cool in my opinion. Check it out. It's not bad. Okay, see ya.